AIDILFITRI aid brought forward to April 14. An avalanche kills 5 in French Alps. Blast collapses 2 buildings in Marseille. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Shosha Mato, and this is TVS Nightline. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim announced today that civil servants will receive their April salaries and AIDILFITRI special assistance by April 14, 3 days earlier than the scheduled April 17. This comes following pleas from the public to ease India Hari Raya AIDILFITRI celebration.
Earlier, the Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services (QPACS) had suggested that the salary payment be brought forward to April 14. Its president, Dato Adnan Mat, said it would help civil servants in their preparations for AIDILFITRI, which falls on April 22nd. Anwar said that pension payments for government retirees would also be brought forward to the same date. The AIDILFITRI special financial aid would benefit over 1 million recipients, including farmers, rubber smallholders, fishermen, and uniformed volunteers such as the People's Volunteer Corps, RELA, the Civil Defense Force (APM), volunteer firefighters, and police. The government had also announced that the Rahmah cash donation payments involving an allocation of 1.26 billion ringgit with 8.7 million recipients will be brought forward to April 5th in light of the upcoming AIDILFITRI celebrations. And officials in France on Monday, April 10, said that 5 bodies have been found after a massive avalanche hit southwest of the Mont Blanc in the French Alps. The avalanche, which occurred on Sunday, April 9, took place on the Armancet Glacier near the village and ski resort of Les Contamines, Montjoie. Authority spokesperson Emmanuel Coquan said the identities of the victims have not been confirmed yet. He said that the avalanche hit after the victims were backcountry skiing in the area. Eyewitness video filmed from Les Contamines Montjoie ski resort showed the avalanche. The avalanche happened in the middle of the day on Armancet Glacier, Damanin wrote on Twitter. He said the avalanche was extensive, covering an area of 1 kilometer by 500 meters or half a mile by 550 yards at an altitude of 3,500 meters, and that its causes are being investigated. As many as 10 people were thought to be under the rubble after an explosion that caused 2 residential buildings to collapse in the southern French city of Marseille on Sunday, Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin said on Sunday, April 9. I don't know how this happened. It's completely crazy. I have never seen this before. It was shaking. It wasn't above me or under me. Something really serious was happening. I could feel it. We saw that the building at number 17 on Rue Tivoli has collapsed, taking parts of the neighboring buildings at number 15 and 19. We quickly set up a heavy rescue team with over 100 rescuers as I speak, with reinforcement by specialists in search and rescue from the Bouches-du-Rhône department. As we speak, we are still fighting a fire which slows us down on looking for victims, and we are trying to dig a path to the people who might be in the rubble.
The cause of the explosion is not yet known. The collapse caused a fire that complicated rescue efforts and that Darmanin said could take hours to put out. He said authorities estimated there were between 4 and 10 people under the rubble. He added that 5 people were taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries, and a 6th person was being treated for shock. A 3rd building has partially collapsed and people have been evacuated for some 30 buildings in the area. The buildings that collapsed on the Rue de Tivoli were not known to have any structural problems.
Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Padigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunapeng, commended Sarawak as being a prime example of perpaduan sejati. He said unity has become the norm of life for the people and is Sarawak's strength, which will undoubtedly allow the state to have a stronger voice at the federal level.
Adding to that, he said it clearly shows during the appointment of the Deputy Prime Minister from Sarawak and 5 full ministers in the Federation.
Wakil rakyat kita situ pun jadi timbalan Perdana Menteri, si sangka-sangka jadi timbalan Perdana Menteri daripada kawasan Petrajaya. Dan juga kita ada 5 menteri di peringkat persekutuan. Sebab kita bersatu padu dan Sarawak ini kuat, maka adalah seorang timbalan Perdana Menteri dari Sarawak. Kalau nanti kita berpecah jauh Pak Awi timbalan Perdana Menteri. Mungkin menteri pun si cukup. Tapi hari itu kita kuat di pusat, kita kuat di negeri. Dengan niat kita betul.
Abang Johari said this in his speech during the closing and the prize-giving ceremony of the Semarang Level Al-Quran Recitation Competition at Masjid Darul Husnul Khatimah, Kampung Semerah Padi, Phase 1, Kampung Semerah on Sunday. Commenting further, Abang Johari said the ceremony also allows the Muslim to share their knowledge.
Jadi ujian tilawah kita, selain daripada kita membaca dengan rukunnya, hendaklah kita baca terjemahannya. Kerana dalam Al-Quran semua cukup. Saya berterus terang, apa yang saya buat dengan rakan-rakan adalah berteraskan kepada Al-Quran. Dan ini kita laksanakan dalam kehidupan kita.
He added that the Al-Quran serves as the core and reference in developing the state. The Semarang Level Al-Quran Recitation Competition is a 3-day event starting April 7 to the 9th, organized in conjunction with the celebration of Nuzul Al-Quran at the state level. The event saw a participation of 26 individuals, with Muhammad Shahazi Zamer crowned as the Qari champion, while Hapipah Julaihi won the Qaryah category.
Meanwhile, Sarawak has reported a slight increase in dengue cases every week. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian said a total of 161 cases recorded so far this year, compared to 154 cases during the same period last year, based on statistics by the state's health department.
Fortunate that our Jabatan Kesihatan Sarawak every week since COVID-19 has been giving me weekly report on dengue for Sarawak, in which have minimal increase with 154 cases for the same period last year to 161 cases.
Dr. Sim said this in a video posting via his official Facebook page. He further pointed out that the Bukit Asset area in Cebu was once known as the nation's dengue hotspot. Therefore, to address the issue, the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Padigi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunapeng, plans to redevelop Bukit Asset into a public health centre with a focus on dengue and other public health concerns.
Cebu, especially Bukit Asset, was used to be known as a dengue capital of Malaysia because it's truly a black spot. This is one of the reasons why our Premier Abang Jo wants to redevelop Bukit Asset, apart from being commercial activities, but more importantly, public health such as dengue.
He noted that Malaysia has seen a significant increase in dengue cases this year, with 26,000 cases and 17 deaths reported so far, a 226% increase compared to last year's 8,000 cases.
Discussions on development issues are constantly carried out from time to time in effort to enhance current and future facilities. JPA Assemblyman Datuk Talib Zulkifli said, although many development projects have been carried out, there are also many issues faced by the residents in the surrounding area.
Among the issues raised are land disputes and overlapping claims.
Tak ada pembangunan yang tanpa masalah. Pembangunan itu elok, tapi umpamanya hal tanah. Apabila ada pembangunan, orang ramai berebut tanah ataupun tuntutan yang bertindih. Jadi itu satu perkara yang kami highlight, yang kami bentangkan kepada Yang Amat Berhormat.
He said when met by reporters after paying a courtesy visit to the Premier Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg on Monday. Adding to that, he said among the development projects in Bintulu include the Bintulu Jepak Bridge Construction Project, the Jepak Jaya Development Project involving more than 8,300 housing lots, and an administrative centre. Previously, he, who is also the Jepak Jaya Development Advisor, also had a discussion with the Bintulu Development Authority BDA and the Land and Survey Department JDS. Following that, he calls upon the residents to show their continuous support to the government.
Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has sent a representation to the Attorney General's chambers to have his graft charges dropped. Ahmad Zahid's lawyer Hamidin Mohamad Noor cited new facts and evidence in the case and sought to adjourn the proceedings pending a decision from the Attorney General Tan Sri Harun on the representation. The Court of Appeal Judge Justice Colin Lawrence Kera, who is presiding at the High Court, allowed the postponement and fixed August 1st for the parties to inform the court of the result of the representation.
The representation letter, which contained more than 200 pages, contained complex issues, was submitted. Deputy Public Prosecutor Abdul Malik Ayub confirmed that the prosecution had received the lengthy representation letter and did not object to the postponement. Meanwhile, the Attorney General Chamber had also received a letter from the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC stating that it would investigate the new issues raised by Ahmad Zahid's defence. Previously, in November last year, Ahmad Zahid faced 47 charges for criminal breach of trust, corruption and money laundering, involving tens of millions of ringgit belonging to Yayasan Akal Budi, a charitable foundation he established.
Coming up right after the break, unemployment in February dips to 3.5%, and food waste during Ramadan up 21%. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back to the Nightline. The position of the country's labour market continues to be stable in line with the current economic developments. As such, the nationwide unemployment rate dipped to 3.5% in February 2023, with 591.9 thousand recorded unemployed individuals compared to 596,100 recorded in January.
In a statement, Muhammad Uzair attributed the encouraging trend to continuous addition in the number of employed individuals. On the employment situation, he highlighted that the employees category comprised 75.7% of the total employed persons in February, as it recorded an increase of 0.1%, reaching a total of 12.25 million persons compared to 12.24 million persons in January. As for the economic sector, he noted that the number of employed persons in the services sector continued to increase, particularly in food and beverages services, wholesale and retail trade, and administration and support service activities. He added that the number of employed persons in manufacturing, construction, mining, and quarrying, as well as agriculture sectors, also denoted the same trend.
The amount of solid waste, in particular food waste during Ramadan, is increasing every year. Deputy Local Government Development Minister Akmal Nasrullah Muhammad Nasir said over 252,000 tons of solid waste was collected during Ramadan last year, compared to around 208,000 tons in 2019, or a staggering increase of 21% in the past 5 years. He said based on the data provided, a total of 44.5% of solid waste collected is food waste. Thus, he urged the public to be mindful and reduce the amount of food waste produced. Now, as we approach the AIDILFITRI celebration, Raya Khas Sdn Bhd, a leading imported car distributor in Sarawak, is offering 50 lucky customers the chance to win a brand new 55-inch smart television through their Raya Dalam Kereta campaign. The contest runs from March 1 to April 30, 2023.
Roy Johnny, Raya Khas Sdn Bhd coordinator, noted that the Raya Dalam Kereta campaign 2023 also includes a complimentary vehicle warranty of up to 6 years for all customers.
Alhamdulillah, bagi kami bila kita melancarkan kempen Raya Dalam Kereta pada kali ini, sambutan yang diterima oleh orang ramai, pelanggan khususnya, sangat menggalakkan berbanding dengan sebelum-sebelum ini. Kerana mungkin salah satunya adalah disebabkan oleh pelanggan melihat kempen-kempen ataupun tawaran-tawaran yang kami berikan, contohnya seperti waranti sehingga 6 tahun dan juga seperti giveaway ataupun membawa pulang smart TV 55 inci. Jadi ini sebenarnya boleh menjadi satu tarikan kepada pelanggan-pelanggan. Sebab itulah kami menerima hampir 20 tempahan kenderaan sejak kempen ini mula dilancarkan pada Mac yang lepas. Jadi hopefully harap-harapnya kempen ini akan terus mendapat sambutan daripada orang ramai, khususnya pelanggan-pelanggan kami di Raya Khas, untuk mendapat pelbagai hadiah-hadiah yang menarik.
Roy further said that the company is committed in providing prompt and responsive customer service, transparent purchase transactions, and a customer-friendly experience.
Kami di Raya Khas sentiasa menitik beratkan kualiti perkhidmatan dan juga kepuasan pelanggan, dan di samping itu juga kami juga berusaha untuk menyelesaikan apa juga isu-isu yang dihadapi oleh pelanggan kami.
Apart from the positive reception of the campaign, Raya Khas has also won the hearts of its customers due to the availability of a diverse range of vehicles with different specifications and colors, as many of the customers themselves have acknowledged this as well.
Berpuas hati sebab ada waranti juga. Selamat tu kami takut nak beli kereta ikon sebab kelak rosak kelak. Orang kena tak ada waranti 5 tahun tanpa setahun lagi EWP. Jadi 6 tahun semualah. Jadi tak perlu takut apa-apa hal klaim menjadi waranti.
Dan apa yang membanggakan, yang menggembirakan kami dengan berdiri dengan sedak raya khas itu adalah konsep yang diperkenalkan sedaknya yang dinamakan AIDILFITRI. Untuk kita membeli kereta idaman kita perlu mendapat satu yang kepuasan. Kita si boleh mengurangkan kriteria yang kita mau. Sebab kita yang nak bayar bulan-bulan kan. Jadi dengan adanya konsep AIDILFITRI itu sedaknya dapat memenuhi impian kita, kriteria yang kita mau, dengan bercari kereta yang siada di kedai, misalnya boleh nangga di Jepun contohnya.
Those who are interested can walk into Raya Khas showroom at Jalan Tun Razak or visit their Facebook page. To book a test drive appointment, you can contact the phone number shown on the screen.
A not-to-be-missed dish as foodies flock the bazaar to indulge in variety of delicious food items. Seafood lovers, this one's for you. Marinated with a special blend of herbs and spices, infusing each bite with a burst of flavor that's both fragrant and savory.
The dish features an array of seafood options, including golden pomfret, octopus, mackerel and stingray, all grilled to perfection. The combination of smoky grilled seafood makes for a delicious and satisfying meal that is sure to impress any seafood lover. Whether enjoyed as a main course or shared with your loved ones, this stall is a must-try for anyone looking to experience such delicacy.
Kami nangga semenjak buka ikan bakar tu, parik bakar mendapat permintaannya tinggi. Walaupun kami ada bola sardin ke, bawal emas ke. Bagi kami bawal emas pun sebenarnya nyaman. Sebabnya lemak, cuma harga ada tinggi sikit lah. Tapi pariknya harga sedang-sedang, jadi orang mampu beli. Jadi parik memang nyaman. Kalau customer kami, kebanyakannya orang sedang-sedang lah. And then kalau yang kurang makan pedas, kebanyakannya Cina. Cina suka bawal emas. Bawal emas memang dia suka sebenarnya lemak. Jadi lagi pun bila kami pada sambal si pedas, sebenarnya confident mau beli.
The dish is carefully crafted to showcase the unique flavors and texture by wrapping the stingray fillet with banana leaves to impart an intense aroma to the fish. Spread it with homemade sambal, resulting in a rich and savory taste that is sure to satisfy and delight the taste buds.
Dari segi ikan kami cuma lumur dengan ataupun perap dengan kunyit dengan garam aja, ya kosong aja lah. Tapi kami kelebihan kami pun ikan bakar sambal tu kami lebih menarik kepada sambal. Power kami confident yang sambal kami di Polah Bini kami power lah. Sebab bahan-bahannya kami si pola pedas gila sebab mostly kebanyakannya pengunjung Chinese nya takut nak beli sambal sebab takut pedas. Jadi kami dengan bini kami pola hanya kurang pedas, lebih kepada macam bahan cabai, serai, ada lengkuas, cabai kurang lah. Dan paling banyak bawang merah lah. Bawang merah sebenarnya yang pola nyaman lah.
Right, and on to more world affairs. The military drills against Taiwan signals that China is not happy, said an expert. Assistant professor at Nanyang Technological University's China program, Benjamin Ho, said though Taiwan would claim that it is their right to engage with foreign partners, China would see such a meeting as a violation of its sovereignty over Taiwan.
Obviously, the military drills, they are not unexpected because the Chinese have never ruled out the possibility of unifying Taiwan with the mainland through the use of force. So in that respect, some form of, you have to practice and exercise your military if you are going to take a military option. I would not overly read it as whether they are pre-planned or simply a reaction to Tsai's visit is really not the point here. I think it is about Beijing wanting to signal its ongoing resolve to oppose Taiwanese activities that have the potential to undercut its authority over Taipei.
Much of the tension surrounds the domestic public opinion, added Benjamin. Taiwan will soon witness an election similar to the United States, while China don't conduct elections. However, the Chinese Communist Party CCP has growing concerns over their large number of domestic constituents.
Much of CCP legitimacy resides in the fact that it has authority over Taiwan. So if you lose that, the authority of the CCP will be challenged both within the CCP and both outside of the CCP. So it's very difficult right now. I'm personally not optimistic, but it does not mean that conflict is inevitable.
Meanwhile, local residents in Taipei have mixed reactions over the 3-day military drill that they described as unreasonable and strange.
Wanting to annex Taiwan is quite a weird thing, because China and Taiwan, are you saying they have some kind of connection? It's like if today I were to see a place that I want to have and then just say that I want to annex it. That doesn't sound very reasonable. Although historically, there were some connections.
Most common people probably aren't afraid, with the main reason being that everyone thinks that China will certainly not start a war, because they don't need to start a war. They can use other methods to pressure Taiwan, because if any country uses military force in the eyes of the other nations, it won't be seen as a strong country. When a strong country starts a war with a small and weak nation, this is totally an act of bullying.
And Japan will evaluate the possibility of introducing artificial intelligence-powered technology, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot, as it currently examines its benefits and risks. This comes as OpenAI Chief Executive Sam Altman said that he is considering opening an office and expanding services in Japan after a meeting with Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on Monday.
Developed by Microsoft Corp-backed OpenAI, ChatGPT has raised privacy concerns, prompting Italy to temporarily ban the services. Japan Chief Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno said consideration of adopting artificial intelligence technology, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT chatbot, are adamant if privacy and cybersecurity concerns were resolved. Following Italy's ban on ChatGPT, OpenAI last week presented measures to remedy privacy breach concerns to the Italian regulator. Japan will continue evaluating possibilities of introducing AI to reduce government workers' workload after assessing how to respond to concerns such as data breaches. Taro Kono, cabinet minister in charge of Japan's digital transformation, said on Friday he is hopeful that AI technologies would greatly contribute to the government's work style reforms, although saying it would be difficult to introduce ChatGPT at public offices soon due to problems such as machine-generated falsehoods.
And India is set to overtake China and become the world's most populous country, a title China has held since the 50s. United Nations projections indicate India's 2011 census had put the country's population at 1.21 billion, meaning the country has added 210 million to its population in 12 years.
India has managed to control its population growth, with the total national fertility rate falling below the replacement level to 2.0, according to official data for 2019 to 2021. But within the country, there are wide disparities in the fertility rate, reflecting the mixed successes of decades-old population control programs. The population explosion is posing its own challenges, with a massive young workforce in the coming years, anticipating a major exodus to urban areas. But since then, its population is declining and aging, with median age of 39 compared to India's median age of 28. More than 40% of India's population is also under the age of 25. India is expected to widen the gap until its population peaks in 2064.
And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Shal Chamento. Thank you for watching.